Hello and welcome to French Philosophers React, your daily philosophical take on the news headlines. This is an AI generated podcast based directly on the writings of the philosophers discussed. But like all AI, it can make mistakes. In the news today, October 1st, 2024, the article reports on the devastating environmental impact of Russia's invasion of Ukraine on its waterways and wildlife. The Desna River, which flows through Kiev, has been severely polluted by Russian shelling and bombing, with oxygen levels dropping to near zero in some areas, killing all aquatic life. The pollution is so severe that Ukrainian authorities have had to close the river to human use, including fishing, swimming, and irrigation. Scientists are testing water samples every 15 to 20 kilometers along the river, with results showing catastrophic levels of contamination. The article quotes Mykola Juk, a scientist who has been studying the impact of the pollution, saying that it would take years for the river to recover and that the situation is made worse by Ukraine's armed forces blowing up bridges over the same river, adding fuel and debris to the already toxic mix. Emergency teams have used compressors to pump oxygen into the Desna River to give remaining fish a chance of survival. Recent rains have dispersed some toxins, but the situation remains grim. The article also reports on the emotional toll of the pollution on local residents, who are concerned about their water supply and the impact on the environment. Ukraine's Minister for Environmental Protection, Svitlana Hrynchuk, says that water consumption in Kyiv remains safe, but acknowledges that the pollution is part of a broader pattern of environmental destruction caused by Russian forces. The article highlights the cultural significance of the Desna River to Ukrainians who have long fished and swum in its waters. The river is also featured in Ukrainian literature and folklore. Overall, the article paints a dire picture of the environmental impact of Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the challenges facing the country as it tries to recover from the devastation. Commentary from the perspective of Michel Serres, The Devastation of Nature, a reflection on the human condition. As we bear witness to the ravaging of Ukraine's waterways and wildlife by Russian aggression, a profound reality comes into sharp focus. Our connection with the natural world has reached a critical impasse. The once pristine Desna River now lies in tatters, its oxygen levels plummeting to near zero, extinguishing all aquatic life in its wake. This calamity serves as a poignant reminder that we are no longer the masters of nature. We have become its unwitting casualties. The notion of progress, so often touted as the hallmark of human advancement, is revealed for what it truly is, a recipe for environmental degradation. Our boundless hunger for growth and exploitation has led us to ravage the very fabric of our existence. As Serres so aptly put it in The Natural Contract, the natural world is not a commodity to be exploited, but a partner in our existence. We have lost sight of this fundamental truth, prioritizing short-term gains over long-term sustainability. The destruction of the Desna River is more than just an environmental disaster, it's a cultural tragedy. The river has been a source of sustenance and inspiration for Ukrainians, featuring prominently in their literature and folklore. Its desecration serves as a haunting reminder that our actions have consequences that reverberate far beyond the immediate impact. We must learn to see ourselves as part of the landscape rather than apart from it, a lesson that Serres so eloquently conveyed in The Five Senses of Evolution and Other Tales. As we struggle to comprehend the scale of this disaster, one thing becomes clear. Our relationship with nature is a two-way street. We take, but we also give back. Or rather, we fail to give back. The pollution of the Desna River is a stark illustration of this imbalance. Emergency teams have resorted to pumping oxygen into the river, a desperate measure that underscores the depth of our neglect. In Biogy, an essay on nature and the sacred, Serres posits that the earth is not a machine but an organism. It is not a thing, but a person. And just as we have duties towards persons, so too do we have duties towards the earth. The destruction of the Desna River serves as a poignant reminder that these duties are being woefully neglected. As we grapple with the aftermath of this environmental catastrophe, one question looms large. What does it mean to be human in the face of such devastation? We are forced to confront our own vulnerability and interdependence with nature. The pollution of the Desna River is not just an environmental disaster, it's a reflection of our own existential fragility. In the midst of this chaos, we must recall Serres's haunting words: "We have lost control over the forces that shape our destiny." It's time to re-examine our relationship with nature and recognize our place within its grand tapestry. The future of our planet depends on it, a truth that echoes through the desecrated waters of the Desna River, a poignant reminder of our shared responsibility as custodians of this fragile earth. Thank you for listening to today's episode of French Philosophers React. Be sure to come back tomorrow for another reflective take on the day's news.